With chaos exploding 3 months ago in Afghanistan, people fled to other parts of the world. Governor Cox issued a statement inviting and permitting Afghan refugees to relocate to Utah.
The International Rescue Committee, otherwise known as the IRC, opened its Salt Lake City location in 1994 and has since served 12,000 individuals. Katherine Bennett has the latest on the refugee situation in Utah and what we can do to welcome them.
Every day is quite different.
Natalie is the executive director at IRC, but with the new Afghan refugees,
Been rolling up my sleeves and helping pick up families at airports and deliver goods and set up apartments.
IRC was started at the suggestion of Albert Einstein in 1933 to help those fleeing the Holocaust. Loke, a refugee himself, called Utah the refugee state because of the Saints' persecution from Missouri.
Utah has this really great history that empathizes with refugees.
IRC will be welcoming 600 Afghan refugees and 600 additional refugees in the next fiscal year. IRC has programs set up to help refugees in every step of the relocation process.
And then we've built a suite of programs that help people along the way further on in their journey in building a life here.
So language, culture, but also, a lot of uncertainty, right?
Is what's hardest for many refugees. That's why for IRC, they focus on integration.
There's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of trauma that people have to overcome. And so we are doing our best to help people navigate that one step at a time.
Natalie described the joy it brings to see refugees beginning to end, arriving with nothing versus 5 years later, being able to buy a home, owning a business, and finding financial and emotional stability. Loke is one of these hope-filled stories. Loke's family fled Bhutan to a Nepalese camp where he was born.
My whole life is refugees. To me, it was normal, right? Normal to live in a place where there's no light, there's no running water, right? There's no food enough for you to, eat. There's no safety. That's just the camp.
So while it's illegal for refugees to work in Nepal, people are forced to. But this leads to exploitation.
And I realized that if I wanted to do something in future, in life, living in Nepal in refugee camp, will be living in a vacuum. I would never grow.
Finally, in 2011, they had the opportunity to come to America.
Nobody speaks English. I was their interpreter, and it was quite exhausting, I'm not going to lie, emotionally.
His mom was so overwhelmed that just after a couple of days of being resettled,
She was like, let's go back. I think this is really difficult. Let's just go back.
but they didn't give up that easily.
We're very resilient.
Now, 10 years later, they are thriving, but they couldn't have done it without the help of others.
It's a little tiny thing that they did that really changed me in my perceptions, and I really am grateful for those people.
Natalie said the best way Utahns can help refugees is learning the needs of your nearest organization and personally getting to know the refugees.
And these are my people who have lost everything in their life but are willing to give everything to other people. We came here with nothing and we work so hard to be where we're at. We bring courage, we bring resilience, but also we bring a lot of good food, Despite of all the trauma that we've gone through, we still are willing to help other people. We still have this open heart to bring people in our life.